Man, I'm feeling super critical on myself today. Like when I'm looking at this, I'm trying to sit down and do this video, and I'm just like starting over and over and over again. And then when I went back and looked at uh, whatever the manifesto number one, man, I just seem a lot more relaxed and like I'm not sitting here thinking about everything that looks wrong. So bear with me. This is going to be kind of an organic experiment of, I guess it's kind of like maybe journaling or like I said, like I said, it's COVID time, and that's my prop for COVID. So every time I explain COVID, I'll put this up here. And if you're one of these people who doesn't think, or who, without much of secondary education or even a doctorate, say in virology, if you're one of these people who thinks that COVID-19 is a government conspiracy, people, please, there's not enough consistent people in the government to conspire to do anything unless you're in places like, where there are dictatorships. So if you really think that, well, anyway, I'll get to that on my conspiracy show because I got a lot of conspiracy shows. But suffice it to say that I have juvenile diabetes and I bank on science every single day. So if the doctor says do this, I'll pretty much do it. If the doctor says don't do that, I'll probably do it a little bit every now and again on the weekends, and then, well, whatever. But anyway, um, so I was being very critical. Like these pauses, for some reason I thought they were okay before, but now they're making me very self-conscious. So again, bear with me. I want to let this thing sort of organically grow, and then my thought is I have some very general notions of what I would like to put on the channel, and I want to do it daily, and then as we go along, I'll sort out sort of what it's going to be all about. That I'm sure sounds very boring to anybody watching, but I'm such a charming lady. You might want to. Well, anyway, so there you go. And I did do my hair. That's how I normally like to keep it. It takes a very long time to do it. Not only that, but I normally wear. Oh, where did I do them? Oh, here we go. I normally wear eyeglasses, right? Well, if you're gonna try to shave the top of your head, and I don't even know if I did it right this time, I have to look out over the top of and I can't see anything. So it's hard being an old punk rock. When I first did it, I took my daughter to school, and her teacher said, "Oh, who did your hair?" Because I used to wear very long hair, and I said, "Oh, I did." "Oh, did you used to be a hairstylist?" I said, "No, I used to be a punk rock." That's how I know how to work a pair of clippers. But I don't use the clippers anymore because, like, you used to be able to go buy, like the clippers. You used to be able to go buy a new blade for those, and evidently now you can't. You have to buy a whole new thing. And so once it started ripping out my hairs, I started just using the regular leg shaver. And that's how I did my hair the first time. When I was like 12 or 13, I gave myself a mohawk. And my poor mom didn't know I was doing it, and it was just a train wreck when she got home. But her solution to that misbehavior was, well, you're grounded. You've got to save you can't spend any money on anything until you have enough money to go get a decent mohawk. And so she had to write a note, and they actually called my parents at home to make sure that I had permission to get a mohawk. And I did. And this one makes me feel, I'm much happier with this one. I feel more self-esteem this time having done it than I did the first time. But, we're more than 30 years later, so I got my own money now. So there you go. Anyway, well, actually, I don't have any money because I have children. I used to have nice things, and now I have children. I do have two children. They were born as a result of what was essentially a almost 10-month-long science experiment because I'm juvenile diabetic, and ladies, I'm sure you've heard this if you're my age and you had children when I did, but if you're pregnant after 35, that's a geriatric pregnancy, which sort of, I don't mind it, but it really is like, I don't know, I found that really funny, geriatric pregnancy at 35. But so we had boom, boom, we had two kids right away, like one right after the other, and then I just, cut off the factory. But we're very good children, and I'm quite blessed, and I like to say if they didn't look so much like me and Daddy, I would think they'd been switched at the hospital. They're so well adjusted, They didn't get that from me. But, so it's a beautiful day here. We are in Saskatoon. As I mentioned before, this is Treaty 6 land. And I lived up north in Wollaston Lake when I first came back to Canada. And it's one of these beautiful days. People really have an opinion about, oh, it snows, it snows. But we're prepared for that. And actually, sometimes when it snows, it's a very warm day. So I do have some conspiracies I can talk about. I'll do this on. These are some of my show ideas, okay? And also leave comments. The other thing I was thinking is I would like to get an email made available so that if you want me to talk about your story, you can just send it to me by email, and I can talk about it on here. So let's see. Oh, emails, yes. See, I did some notes, but they were late at night notes. Let's see what I got here. Oh, poor don't mean impoverished. I'm just saying, you know. What was the thing I wanted to look for here? Oh, right, my favorite conspiracies. Cats and the internet. JFK. The assassination of JFK. I know who the second gunman is. Or I've got a pretty good idea. 9/11. Racism classism is racism. Racism is classism. Freedom of speech versus security of person. And where in Saskatchewan, and I'm talking to you, Scott Moe, where is our COVID information? Because, you know, I can go to Quebec and get more information about what's going on in individual neighborhoods in Quebec than I can get about my own city here. Don't get me started. Yeah, the JFK, I got breaking news on that. Oh! And do you know who Jeb Bush is? Jeb Bush was the governor of, I got email. I was just talking about Brad Moe. Used to be Brad Wall, now it's Scott Moe. Momar. I just say that because I think it's funny. I don't know if it necessarily means anything. So Jeb Bush was the governor of Florida. George Bush was the governor of Texas. Henry Lee Lucas was pardoned in Texas by George Bush. And Otis Toole was pardoned by his brother Jeb in Florida. These were some very nasty characters, and we can get into that later. I have a conspiracy theory about Environment Canada. Really going to be important to people who live here. And also soil panic vending machines. It's not a conspiracy, it's just, why can't I get one of these machines? I'd go for a fresh pair every day, wouldn't you? And I don't care if somebody wants to take my dirty underpants, then I get a fresh pair. I'm just saying, why can't I? The conspiracy is, why can't I get a machine like that? So alright, there's that. And I'm going to get an email. I haven't decided if I want to use one of the emails I already have, or like make a new one for this. Because I tried to get another one. I was in there doing all the Gmails, you know. And then I was trying to get Gmail for my kiddos. And so I put my number in, like you're supposed to verify yourself. Nope, your number's been used too many times. Well, I don't have another number. And I've had this number for so many years. Like, that's like a badge of honor for me. I've been so stable. I've been able to keep this number. I'm not going to change it just so I can get an email account. So then you got to go through the whole rigmarole of getting a friend of yours to use their number. But then if something goes wrong with the email, I'm going to have to wake my friend up in the middle of the night going, can you get my email open? The computer's going to call you in a second. So this I do not like. That's not a conspiracy. It's just a pain in the ass. So, yeah. People do not conspire to be a pain in the ass. It just works out that way. Trust me, I know. So I'll let that be. Let's see. Oh, golly, I got 10 minutes. Look at me go. And that's just off the cuff, which is why these are a little bit rough. My thought is, like, I don't know if I said it in this one or one of the ones I didn't like. Videos. My notion would be to have, like, more notes or be able to take notes on what I'm saying because I don't want to repeat myself. Although undoubtedly I will. So, and let me repeat this. You don't have to believe in God for God to believe in you. And I love you. And have a wonderful day. And that's it. I hope it didn't fade out. I don't know how that works. We're still on. Okay. Yes, I love you. Goodbye. Have a great day.